Are you still dealing with dry hair this season? Hair that won't just retain moisture, stunted growth? Then my loves, allow me to share with you today a very powerful recipe that will not only help you to retain moisture but also help you to promote growth. If your hair is not growing, my sister, it is not the fact that you cannot grow hair. It is actually the fact that you are not retaining the length that you are growing. And this recipe I'm about to share with you today is going to help you to maximize your length retention and grow your desired length. So without further ado, my loves, let's jump right into the video. If you truly want to tackle with the issue of hair growth, then you know that the best thing is to start with your scalp first. And so that is why our key ingredients today, which is neem, is very essential. Okay, neem contains antifungal and antibacterial properties that helps clean the scalp, strengthen the roots, and boost hair growth. It is one of those powerful natural ingredients your hair will definitely thank you for. So I plucked some fresh neem around me and I'm going to be removing it from the stem. Okay, so this is what it looks like after I finish removing it from the stem. Now I'm going to go ahead and crush it with my mortar and pestle. Okay, you can actually decide to wash it, but if you do, please make sure to dry it properly. All right, and then after crushing it with my mortar and my pestle, this is what it looks like. You can actually use blender to do this, but because I don't want to add any form of water, that is why I had to use my mortar and my pestle. All right. Alright, so I'm going to add another ingredient which is super potent for hair growth, which is rosemary. Okay, so I added just a tablespoon of rosemary and then I'm going to follow up with my carrier oil. At this point, you can actually use any carrier oil of your choice and it is okay. However, I am using olive oil, as you can see. So I just emptied the bottle of the olive oil in. I think this is about 100 and something grams of olive oil, right? Alright, now so I'm going to transfer into my pot in a double boiling method. Alright, and then I'm going to just cook on a low heat in a double boiling method until the color of the neem leaf changes to dark green, somewhat dark green. That is when I will now bring it down because I assume it has released a lot of its nutrients into my oil. Okay, so now after bringing it down, I will then allow it to cool down just a little bit so that I can be able to, you know, to strain and squeeze out the oil with my hands. Okay, so what I'm doing now is squeezing out the oil, making sure that I get as much oil as possible. And can you look at how beautiful this oil looks? You can actually start using this oil as it is like this. Use it on your scalp daily for scalp treatment, or as a pre-poo hot oil treatment, or even as your daily scalp oil. All right, however, we are going to be using it to formulate a very special recipe that will help you to retain moisture as much as possible. I'm going to be making pomade out of this oil. Okay, so now I'm going to add my shea butter into my plate. Guys, like, if you've been joking with shea butter, please do not joke with shea butter anymore. Shea butter contains rich fatty acids and vitamin A and E, which helps to deeply moisturize dry hair and scalp. It also has anti-inflammatory properties, which helps to soothe, you know, scalp irritation and reduce dandruff. So that is why I added a lot of shea butter. And also I love the way it easily dissolves once it touches your body temperature. Okay, so the next thing I added to this is something I've been using frequently, which is my TCB Indian hemp pomade. Okay, I've been using it and it has been working really well. So if you can get your hands on it, please do. It is very nice. All right, and then I'm going to now measure 8 spoons, I think 8 to 10 spoons of the neem oil that we just prepared now into my mixture. Okay, so now after measuring the oil, I'm going to now bring it back into the double boiling method to dissolve it completely. Now once it has dissolved, I'm going to add 2 more things, okay, to help this pomade. All right, so the first thing I added was beeswax. I added just a teaspoon of beeswax. Okay, now beeswax contains natural sealant which helps to lock in moisture and keep your hair hydrated for longer. Remember that we are trying to seal in moisture for as much as possible. And then the next thing I added was menthol crystal. If you have peppermint essential oil, you can actually substitute it with the menthol crystal. Okay, this is just to like help activate your follicles and promote blood circulation to your scalp. All right, and then once I added all these things, I then continue to turn and turn until everything is properly dissolved. So now that our mixture is well dissolved, I'm going to bring it down. Now I'm going to add one last thing, which is my essential oil. This essential oil has been my favorite, which is tea tree essential oil. Okay, so I added a few drops of my tea tree essential oil. I mix it all together, then I poured into my container of choice. Our pomade is ready. So before we start using it, we'll actually allow it to harden up a little bit, so that way it will form actual pomade. Okay, so I left it in my counter to just sit for a while. I tell you, this hardened up within 3 hours, or before 3 hours. It was more liquidy, so it took a little while to harden, but it actually did. And once it hardened, can you see the smooth consistency of this pomade? See how it easily melts. I'm going to tell you the reason why it's like this. Number one, when you whip shea butter or melt it in such a way that we did, it will help it to melt easily when it comes in contact with your palm, your scalp, or anything. As long as it comes in contact with your body temperature, it just dissolves. Okay, and that way you can actually apply it directly to your scalp. Another thing is that I added a lot of oil. The TCB pomade that I use is actually very light. Okay, so these things together helped the pomade to be really light. This pomade, you can safely apply it on your scalp if you're one who struggle with dry scalp. I mean dry, not dandruff. To help keep it moisturized, it works. But please, when you're applying it on your scalp, don't overuse it. Okay, so it will not clog your pores at some point. So please don't go nowhere. I'm also going to be showing you exactly how to use it to enjoy its full benefit. So if you're one who has been dealing with dry hair, you have been dealing with hair that is stunted, let me tell you the truth. The reason why your hair feels stunted is not because it is not growing from the scalp. Like I said earlier, it is because even while it is growing from the scalp, at some point it is breaking off. And once your hair keeps breaking and breaking, you will not be able to retain length. Okay, and so that is why I love this pomade. Like when you apply this pomade, it penetrates your hair. Like the way it dissolves in your hair. If you've not tried this, please, I encourage you to try it. Okay, all right, so now to use this mixture properly, okay, so I'm going to go first with my liquid. Remember, I've been saying that this is a sealant. It's going to help you with the moisture. This is how it works. First, you're going to go ahead and dampen your hair, actually moisturize your hair. Okay, go in with the real moisture, which can be in the form of water, a moisturizer, a leave-in cream. All right, before you seal. Now the steps I love to take is I go in first with my water or any liquid, then I'll go in with my leave-in cream. I'll use my pomade and seal everything, and then I'll put my hair in a protective style. Actually put your hair in a protective style, because if you do these things and then you leave your hair out, your hair is going to feel dry faster. Maybe it will last only but a day or so, and it is not bad. It is just because naturally our hair is kinky and it dries out faster. Okay, so it is not a bad thing, but it is the nature of our hair. However, doing all these steps, like putting it in a protective style and actually covering your hair before going to bed, helps you to retain that moisture for longer, which will also help you to grow your desired length. Okay, growing hair is not that difficult if you know what you are doing. These are the steps that I take to use this, and it has been helping my hair a lot. Like you could see how shiny my hair is looking in this video, guys. This is a wonderful recipe to try. Please try it and you're going to give results. Okay, that is the step that you have to take to be able to enjoy the benefits of this. Please don't use it once and complain that it doesn't work. You actually have to use this at least for 1 month. I'm telling you, be consistent with it. And you can actually use it as often as twice in a week or once in a week, depending on how well your hair retains moisture. Sometimes when I apply it once, it is okay, depending on what you're actually using as your moisturizer. If you are using like maybe aloe vera gel, rose water and stuff like that, it's actually going to help the moisture to, you know, stay for longer. All right, my loves. And you can actually store this for 6 months, 1 year. It will not go bad. Why? Because we did not put water. You could see the steps that I took to prevent water from entering. That is why I did not blend it, so that I will not be tempted to add water. Okay, as long as there is no water in it, it's going to last you for as long as it takes for you to finish your batch. Okay, all right, my beautiful people, I hope that you enjoyed this very one. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up so that YouTube can push this video to more people. And I love you guys so much. Please share this video with any of your friends, your relative who is, you know, looking for a way to retain their moisture, and tell them that it is highly possible, okay, to retain moisture and retain length. All right, and subscribe to my channel for more DIY videos and anything natural hair. I'll see you guys in my next video. My name is Favor. Please take care of your amazing self, and bye. Mwah.